see the ratio of speed of two runners, Vinay and Sham, is 3:4. So Sham is the faster one, right? Sham is the faster one. Now, if Vinay has a head start, so it's a race of 500 meters, right? This is 500 meters. Vinay has a start of 140, which means Vinay starts from here, right? This is the starting position of Vinay, and this distance is 140 meters, right? Which means that if, and Sham obviously starts from here, which is your 0 meter mark. If Vinay ends up winning the race, then Vinay will have to travel 360 meters, right? If Vinay ends up winning the race, Vinay will have to travel 360 meters, right? Because he's already starting at the 140 meter mark. And if Vinay wins, right, they both start, Vinay starts from here, Sham starts from here simultaneously. So obviously when Vinay reaches here, assuming Vinay wins, if Vinay reaches here, both will have traveled for the same time, right? If both will have traveled for the same time, then the distances traveled by them will be in the ratio of their speeds, which means that the distance Vinay travels upon the distance Sham travels will be in the ratio, what, 3/4, right? But this distance that Vinay travels, if Vinay wins, is already known to you, which is 360. So you can find out what is the distance that Sham would have traveled, right? If this distance that Sham would have traveled, now understand that we have assumed that Vinay wins. We don't know who wins, right? The question is stating that Vinay wins, which is fine, but the question could, I mean, the option could be like Vinay does not win at all, right? We have assumed Vinay wins. So if we get a distance that Sham travels as less than 500, then we can be sure that Vinay has won the race. If this distance ds is greater than 500, then Vinay has not won the race. Then in fact, Sham would have won the race. So let's calculate. This is 360 into 4/3, which is 1440/3, which is 480, right? Comes out to be 480 meters. So Sham has traveled 480. So by the time Vinay reaches here, Sham would have reached this point, right? Sham would have reached here, and this point would have been the 480 meter mark, which means Vinay wins by how much? Vinay wins by this distance, right? Which is 500 minus 480, which is 20 meters. Okay, fine. Let me see if we have more questions on races. Okay, let's try this question. So now this is a question on races based on 3 people, right? But the concept does not change at all. I'll show you how. See, there's a race of 600 meters, right? This is the 600 meter mark. What is he saying? He's saying Ajay beats B, which Ajay and Vijay are running a 600 meter race. And Ajay beats Vijay by 60 meters, right? Read till here only. Ajay beats Vijay by 60 meters, which means that when Ajay has traveled, the distance traveled by Ajay is when 600 meters. Obviously, the distance traveled by Vijay will be 540 meters, right? And since they travel for the same time, this is also going to be the ratio of their speeds, right? With Ajay and Vijay, right? Which is 10/9. Is this part clear? Clear to everyone? Okay, now let's read further from here. And in a race of 500 meters, Vijay beats somebody, Anjay, there is a third person, by 25 meters. So if there is a 500 meter race, and this was the race between Ajay and Vijay, okay? And now this is the race between Vijay and Anjay. Now this is a 500 meter race. Vijay beats Anjay by 25 meters, which means that when Vijay in this race would have covered 500 meters, Anjay, right, I'm using AN, would have covered a distance of 475 meters. Clear? And since they again travel for the same time, this is going to be the ratio of the speeds of Vijay and Anjay, right? VAN, right? Which is 500 by 475, which is 20/19, right? Is this part clear? Right? Same process being repeated for the second time. Now look at what the question is asking. The question is asking about another race which is run for 400 meters. by how many meters will Ajay beat Anjay, right? So this question, they're saying by how many meters will Ajay beat Anjay. Now, obviously, if there is a third race in which Ajay and Anjay are running, the only information that you need to understand the distance covered by both of them is the ratio of their speeds, right? Because if Ajay is beating Anjay, Ajay is anyway covering 400 meters, right? Ajay is anyway covering 400 meters. So Anjay will cover something else, but the ratio of the distances that they will cover will be in the ratio of their speeds, right? But we are not given any information about this ratio. We can construct this ratio from here. VA by VV is given to you, and VV by VAN is also given to you. If you multiply these two, can you see VV gets cancelled? And what you get is nothing but VA upon VAN, right? Which is nothing but 10 by 9 into 20 by 19, right? Which is 200 upon 171, right? So this is one form of common manipulation that you will see CAT has asked, right? Now, the moment you know that this is the ratio, everything is done, right? What is this telling you? This is telling you, if you look at it, Ajay and Anjay, the ratio of speeds is 200 and 171, which basically in a way tells you that if it's a 200-meter race and if Ajay beats Anjay, so Ajay will have traveled 200 meters, Anjay would have traveled 171, right? This is what it means. For 400 meters, simply double it, right? So if in a 200-meter race, Ajay is beating Anjay by 29 meters, right? This is 29 meters. How much or by how many meters would Anjay get beaten in a 400-meter race? Simply double up this because this is a 200-meter race, right? Ajay is traveling for 200 meters. So your answer will be simple, 29 into 2, which is 58 meters, right? What I wanted to show you in this example is the fact that this kind of manipulation, right? For instance, if the ratio of speeds of VA and VB is given, VB and VC is given, if you just multiply these two, you get VA by VC. This is the kind of manipulation that I wanted to show you.